Saya Rogelio Alama from BS Event 1B, and this is my presentation in the globalization in the Philippines.
So, what is globalization? Globalization is the process of interaction and integration among people, companies, and governments worldwide. Globalization in the Philippines. The Philippines plays a part in the process of globalization. Ever since the country signed in agreements with the World Trade Organization in 1995. In the past years, globalization has become very effective in the Philippines. It has allowed major changes in the nation, like more labor, and more Filipino and foreign companies has emerged in the nation. In order to help the country's developing economy, globalization is a helping tool for the Philippines. It can make it into a greater and commendable nation. If only the leaders would allow for more foreign investors that can help them to boost the economy by means of global trade. And by accomplishing those goals, the Philippines should be able to reduce the poverty level, as well as the increase in labor force for job opportunities for those who are in the need for a living. However, since the poverty level is still increasing, most Filipinos has managed to find work overseas, and they have managed to seek better living than in the Philippines. The most effective factor in the Philippines is education. The society's mentality is to be educated, and it's with education that people in the nation see their opportunity for a better life in the future. Benefits of globalization. The first is peaceful relations. It will point to peaceful international relations. Most of the countries have resorted to trade relations with each other, leaving behind any bitter past. The second one is higher employment rate. Considered as one of the most crucial advantages, globalization has led to the generation of numerous employment opportunities. Companies are moving towards the developing countries to acquire labor force. So number 3 is a more better education quality. It is a very critical advantage that has aided the population as the spread of education. With numerous educational institutions around the globe, one can move out from the home country for better opportunities elsewhere. The fourth one is the better quality of products. The product quality has been enhanced so as to retain the customers. Today, the customers may compromise with the price range but not with the quality of the product. Number 5 is cheaper prices. Globalization has brought in fierce competition in the markets. The effects of globalization on the Philippine culture. As much as how globalization is making positive impacts, its process has become controversial. From accessibility to solving poverty, even if globalization had proved itself to be at most beneficial, many still opposed to the whole idea of it. Some says that one culture might destroy another because of the patronage of the culture rather than their own. Mass migration, aside from Western influences, also contribute in the loss of culture. Another challenge is the wide disparity between developing and developed regions, since technology is the forerunner of globalization. Avoiding to have an exclusive advantage, weaker sectors of the world still need to be neglected through corrective actions and do not have to neglect their own culture. Here are some examples of how globalization has changed the culture of the Filipinos. First is communication. Today, the borderless World Wide Web lets the people instantly communicate from the different parts of the planet. The aspect of information and communication technology is playing a huge role in modern globalization. Given the opportunity to view a rather diverse perspective from the outside scope, the exchange of information from one culture to another has its profound effect. With communication and technology working together, the world has become more accessible and made its way to transcend borders and social. Through communication sa panahon natin ngayon, may ilang mga bata na mas nasanay na sila mag-English kaysa noon. Mga bata noon ay hirap pag-aral ng English. At ngayon ay mas madali na lamang ma-access ang mga ganong bagay dahil sa globalisasyon. Second one is travel. Tourism has made people familiar with other cultures aside from their own. Exposing and promoting the individuality of cultures opened new perspectives, appreciation and opportunities that continue to break the cultural border. Aside from leisure, workers who seek career opportunities outside their country of origin contribute in increasing international travel. Globalization affected traveling and it will continue to do so. After all, dahil din sa pagta-travel ay natutunan ng mga Filipino na ma-adapt yung mga kultura ng ibang bansa at naiahalo sa sarili nilang kultura at pinismamagitan ng globalisasyon. Third one is about culture. As people grew awareness and diversity of cultures, it is normalized. People have become to patronize popular culture, or commonly known as pop culture. From clothing to styles and fashion, skincare and makeup, food specialties, and etc. Everyone is caught up trying any of the mentioned. The openness of globalization has brought the world into different levels of curiosity and excitement. All the same thing increasing business opportunities for even small enterprises. Dahil sa globalization, sa panahon natin ngayon, normal na lang kung ano yung sikat, kung ano yung patok, igagaya ng mga kabataan, minsan pati din ng matatanda. Halimbawa na lang nito kung ano yung sikat na pananamit, kung sikat ay K-pop, kung ano yung style ng buhok, kung ano yung gwapo tingnan sa maraming tao, yun yung gagaya ng ibang kabataan.